Hello comic lovers everywhere, and welcome to another episode of Drinking Coffee with Ken. Now actually, although this is the finest coffee known to me today, I've just received delivery of another one of the fantastic, drop that down, Simon Kirby Library editions. This one being the science fiction Omni, and I had the superheroes one last week. Another two to go for me, I think. But again, another massive tome. And this particular one has 352 pages. Fantastic. So, I mean, check out that art. I mean, feel free to pause the video and read up on the goodness. And the dust jacket is in the same style as the last superheroes one. They've gone for this 3D sort of kind of look, which is kind of fun, but a bit weird. But I see where they're coming from. Good fun. So, in this one, so I've just got to repeat this to myself, and although you got the chance to read it, collecting over 300 pages of thrilling science fiction comics. Some never reprinted, with more than 80 pages restored from original artwork. That's what I like to hear. I tell you what, I cannot wait to open up this baby. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to take off the dust jacket. Very, very carefully. Beautiful. Pop that there, have another very quick swig of my coffee. Right. And you have a further replication of the front cover, kind of. Wrap around. Excellent. So hopefully they're going to, or they did, do the contents of this one like they did the last one, where it's a chronological. Let's see now. They did, yeah. You have a 1940 section and a 1950 section and a 1960 section. Cool. So again, they would have done exactly the same thing. They'd taken one comic and the stories that were included in between. So for the 1940s, you have Solar Patrol from Silver Street Comics #2. That was published January 1940, and followed by Soldier Legion, 3 chapters of that, and that was in Crash Comics Adventures 1 to 3, May to July 1940. Daring Disc from the Comic Book Makers. I have no idea what that's about. It doesn't give me much information either, to be fair. And then we have Blue Bolt. Appearances, I guess, from Blue Bolt #1 to #10, from June 1940 to March 41. And then we're over to the 1950s, and we start with a story called The Emissary from Winner Prize Comics #1. Again, that's another new one to me. You can see why I'm so excited about receiving this book, because there's so many things I haven't seen before. That came out February 55. Then there's Mystery Vision from Black Cat Mystic #58. July 1956, followed by Gizmo, again from Black Cat Mystic, same issue. Help from the same issue, and then the very next issue you have Today I Am A with a question mark, Black Cat Mystic #59, September 57, and then from the same issue for the next 2 stories you have Awema is the Best of All and The Great Stone Face. All new to me. You can't beat a bit of Simon Kirby. You really can't. And the more stuff I can get of Simon Kirby is, well, you need it, don't you? You know, if you're a Kirby fan, I'm more a Kirby fan than I am a Simon fan. But you need that stuff in your library. Maybe I'm just greedy. I don't know. So we have the Ant Extract, Shadow Brother, both from Black Cat Mystic #60, November 1957. And there's an awful lot of 1950 stuff. You have the Cadmus Seed from Alarming Tales #1. And from the same issue, you have The Fourth Dimension is a Many Splattered Thing. The Last Enemy, Donegan's Daffy Chair, and then from Alarming Tales 2, those previous ones were in September 57, by the way. And then, like I say, from Alarming Tales #2, November 1957, you have A Hole in the Wall, The Big Hunt, The Fireballs, I Want to Be a Man, and that's all November 57. And then from Alarming Tales #3, January 58, you have This World Is Ours. And then from Alarming Tales #4, you have Forbidden Journey. Get in trouble getting my words out again today, I do apologise. Forbidden Journey, March 1958. And then from Alarming Tales #6, November 58, King of the Ants. And then from things I'm a little bit more familiar with because they were printed, or rather reprinted, by Alan Class in the UK. You have from Race for the Moon #2, you have the following, published in September 58. You've got The Thing on Sputnik 4, Lunar Trap, Island in the Sky, The Face on Mars. And then from Race for the Moon #3, November 58, you have The Three Rocketeers, The Long Years, Saucer Man, Space Garbage, and Garden of Eden. They all came out November 58. And then we're moving on to the 1960s. And from Alarming Adventures #1, you have Hermit, October 62. From Alarming Adventures #2, you have Trapped in the Human Aquarium, December 62. From Alarming Adventures #3, you have The Secret of the Mountain, and that came out February 63. From Blast Off #1, you have Lunar Goliaths, The Great Moon Mystery, The Space Court, The Little Earth, and that title came out in October 65, and I would have been a mere 1 year and a bit old. And then from Thriller-Rama #2, published in September 66, we have Introduction, Clawfang the Barbarian. Interesting. And okay, you have from from Unearthly Spectaculars #2, Clawfang the Barbarian, I guess the first proper story, and Earthman, and those stories came out in that issue from December 66. And then from Jigsaw #1, published September 66, you have The Boys from Up There. And then you have a cover gallery, or covers gallery, followed by Tiger 21, Writer Unknown, Penciler Jack Kirby, Unpublished Comic Strip Proposal, and interesting, you have another unpublished series proposal, Writer Joe Simon with Jim Simon, artist Jerry Grandinetti, Jove Unborn, and his checkmates. Interesting. Right, and also you have a little caveat at the back. It says, unless otherwise noted, all stories are credited to Simon and Kirby. While the best effort has gone into identifying all contributors to this volume, we regret any missing or erroneous attributions. Fair enough. Okay, so the contents of the book. You have a Dave Gibbons intro of future convicts and grubby spacemen. Let me see now, that's like a 1, 2, 3 page intro, then a 1 page 1940s intro from Pete Sanderson. Again, these have been wonderfully restored, but the same sort of quality as the last Superheroes book that I reviewed, where it's still like a dot matrix printing, full colour as such, which is beautiful. And I'm just going to try and show you some of this beautiful stuff. Beautiful, typical 1940s. But you know, I'm a sucker for that. I really am. Let's see now. Blue Bolt by Joe Simon. I can just imagine, without insulting anyone, people who only read modern comics, they look at this stuff and think, what the hell is that? It's nothing like the comics you get today. And you're right, they are nothing like the comics you get today. They're total out there, where a comic book was just a comic book and not really based on any sort of like real events as such. So, and that's the thing to really grab in mind. Personally, what kind of turned me off a lot of modern comics is that they're based too far on the real world. And I read comics to escape the real world, because the real world ain't that great, is it? So no, I turn to like the early books to just indulge my mind in just crazy concepts. Beautiful. Okay, let me just zip through this a lot again. Curious title. A Weemer is the best of all. What? Could have been worse. Could have been Wiener. Oh, look at it. Classic Kirby. Beautiful, beautiful. Breathtakingly blown away. Then you have an introduction to the 60s. Beautiful. Terrific art, reproduced wonderfully. Lovely thick paper. Then we have obviously the cover gallery. Oops, come back. These new books sure are darn springy. And then the proposal strips. I think I might have mentioned it last video on the Simon Kirby Library Superheroes Omnibus. You know, if you're a fan, you got to get it. You got to. Your library just isn't complete without this beautiful stuff. slightly thinner than the last Superheroes volume, so not by much, not by many pages, but that's great. I hope you enjoyed my quick flick through my latest purchase. Hope everybody's keeping well and have had a good week, all things considered. Really, thank you for clicking play. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the likes and the comments I've been receiving on my past videos, and feel free to do exactly the same on this one. Not much further to say really, but thank you for joining me. There'll be another video up on Saturday coming, which is, I'm doing this on, what days? I'm losing track of the days. It's Thursday today, just before VE Day. So yeah, Saturday I'll be bringing you another video from the Capitão America Elefalcon French-Canadian series, so hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks for joining me once again. It is very, very, very much appreciated. Thank you.